Namaste. Very welcome, every one of you, to this meeting. Anyone, if you want to discuss anything, you are welcome. Yes, Uma.
प्रणाम जी जी I reported something like I want to report something and I want to see this with you because I am not understanding it. It's like I am feeling very much active from deeper level, like I'm not lost in energies or lost in thoughts or anything. I'm firm at and I am stable very much, yet I am feeling very active.
Can you define active a little bit more clearly?
Yes. It is not restlessness. I am feeling stable, but like active in the sense like my face is uh, towards outside, not like faces in the inactive side.
How?
My face is towards active side.
And is there any problem in this you are facing?
It is not a problem, but it is a strange to me.
Strange.
Yes.
How? Let us explore this, and this is where answer can be found also, I think. So,
Yeah.
how exactly it feels strange? Let us look.
Gee, when I saw it, it is feeling like very close to me. It is very intimate to me.
Meaning it is intimate and you don't feel nice about it, that it should, meaning it should not be intimate.
It is intimate in the sense like I am feeling I am at work. I am not resting. It is feeling like this.
This is not so clear to me, because something can be intimate in the sense that very close, like very very much, like there can be, let's say, sky, cloud, rain, feeling very nice, and then we go under it and it is very intimate right now, maybe, like it's felt in my body, and like this, that can be intimate maybe. But why it will feel like work, that is not clear to me. So maybe there's something that you say a little more, maybe. Is it that you want to rest and not able to rest? That's why you're calling it feeling like at work? And the reason seems that because this is too intimate, that's why I'm not able to rest. No? Is it like this?
Yes, Ji. Here the problem is that I am making choice that I want to rest and I am not able to rest. Yes.
Uh, uh, can it be? Can I say like this, that you are making choice in the sense that you are having a preference here. The preference is that it, which whatever it is, the energy should not be so intimate with me when I am resting in myself. Or if it is so intimate with me, how can I rest in myself? No? So the ability to rest, or the knowledge you have about resting, does not include this being present in you and intimate with you in this moment. No? Because before it was like you are resting but nothing is intimate, or things are intimate and you are not resting. So is it not a case of correcting the wisdom, correction happening in the wisdom? No? Because initially we are not fully aware of all the deeper levels of our existence, no, of the energies, which are actually very very intimate. Some like the deepest, the more intimate, no. And we have experienced some layers where where we are able to relax in ourselves, and we took a reading out of it that okay, this is how it feels when I rest in myself, meaning how the energies are and how I am. But that reading is not matching right now, because now something deeper than that has been revealed, because you are more awake, you are more aware, no? But is it not, in one sense, you are rejecting truth? Because is it not true that it is intimate? Is it not true that you are here, that you exist? Is it not true that if you do not have any preference about yourself or about it, then immediately that resting happens when which you want? No? So rest now. As I told you, I am all for correction in the energies to balance them, to so that they produce much, much more harmonious experience of life, joyful experience of life. But it does not mean that we cannot rest as ourselves while energies are in this particular state right now. No. These are two different things. In relation to experiencing life, the more harmonious energies are within each other, between each other, both between each other also and within each other also, all the layers, the better. But when it comes to living ourselves, not living life, which is outside of body mind, no, but when it comes to, or inside also, when it comes to living ourselves, this condition does not apply. Now here only one condition applies, that is that we have preferences and we will have to let go of those preferences when it comes to living ourselves. No? When it comes to living life, I don't think that we can say that I don't have preferences, generally speaking. There are great beings or different states of consciousness, but generally speaking, when it comes to living life, when somebody said chai or coffee, we have a preference, no? Chai or coffee. My body, your body has, you have, whatever. No? Or even if you say yes, or even if you say no, is it not a preference? Is it not a choice being made? No. So generally speaking, living life, preferences are fine. No? Lightweight preferences, not so attached to them that we start suffering because of them. But when it comes to living ourselves, the less preferences we have, the better, no? When it comes to living ourselves. If we have no preference when living ourselves, this is best, no? And from where these preferences are coming to live in the direction of living ourselves? They are coming from some misunderstanding we hold, no? About ourselves. So that is what is knowledge we are holding on to. We need to be empty. We need to be pure. We need to be innocent here when we come to ourselves. No? Like not having a background from some yesterday's experiences. No? Because this is not that word of duality when it comes to living who we are, where we have to have some perspective, we have to have some stand, like standpoint or point of view based on our experiences, no? Because it is relative, no? But this is absoluteness of who we are, no? In this absoluteness of who we are, relative knowledge will not work. So I want to wonder with you, Uma, that do we have any absolute knowledge right now which we can depend on or which we can bring with us here when we are choosing to live ourselves or relax in ourselves? Would you like to say anything about it?
The only absolute knowledge is that I am just here.
Are you certain that just here is necessary or true absolutely? Or we can kind of drop it, maybe? No? If it is not matching with that clarity and intensity of I am right now, can we just drop it also?
Yes, ji.
Because here is also a
Only I
very
am.
here is also a very relative term, no? Like much more relative than I am, no? I am is also ultimately relative. All the terms are relative, no? But I am also is more indicating towards the absoluteness of who we are. That's why we can use it safely in a way, no? So here will look like I'm in some space or I'm in some time, no? Let go of that mind also now, no? That knowledge also that I'm here. Because here is connected to body, no? Or not? Are you here, or your body is here, in which you are, through which you are living? No? Even let's taste this purity of who we are right now, even in this way. No? So, I am. I am is like self-contained. It is just talking about our own direct experience of our own existence, which is beyond debate, beyond discussions, beyond argument, beyond any processes, beyond any journeys also. No? And all the journeys in one sense are towards it only. All the effort is to come here only. No? And who is this I am? This I am is obviously you, no? You are saying I am here. I am just here, no? Obviously you are saying that, because sometimes when we listen in the mind, we may have a misunderstanding that there is going to be some I am which I am going to meet. No, in this case, the I am that we will meet is not going to be as real as we will be who will meet it. No. So this I am which we already are, without meeting the deeper I am or any other I am, form of I am or experience, this is true I am. No. And plus it has preferences or misunderstandings, which when highlighted and which when this I am has desire to let go, it can let go of them. No. Would you like to test a little bit this knowledge, Uma, right now? So
Yes.
say that I am true self inside, no? Inside yourself, and verbally also you can say I am true self, and check that does it make you more I am, more who you are. So report to me now, immediately, no? Like so that we can
Ji,
have this.
yes, ji.
I can taste it when it is still warm, no, in you, alive in you.
Ji, it does not increase uh, my purity. It does not change. I Ji, it is same as when you said now drop uh, here. Only I am. It is
So
same
can
as
you
that.
drop true self from I am, and you still remain with I am only, no?
I am. Yes, ji. Now I can be immediate. Now it is not holding any support, not holding
Any support
any support or like any
of
string.
any support of the concept true self.
Yes, yes, or any support of knowledge or like uh,
Yes, yes.
yes.
And one more test if you like. Now say I am false self. This can be little more strong test. No? This is what we are doing is that we are testing that if we have any attachment to mind is still left inside us, or we are staying as pure self. No, this is the test for attachment to mind. No? Mind means knowledge in this case about ourselves.
Gee, now I want to report. Now I did it more experientially. When I closed I said verbally and inside also, like, who is speaking? I am false self. Yet who is speaking was remaining, was not disappearing or decreasing. This I am.
It's very good, no?
Yes, very good. This test is very good.
Because try to see why this test. Because we do not want to stay as the false self, and we want to stay as the true self. And very rare beings want to stay as I am. Very rare beings want to stay as I am. Neither true self nor false self. No? Because true self and false self are some understandings, some pointers being used, no, have been used by the teachers, but they land inside our mind state, knowledge, and interpreted as good and bad. You know, true self good, false self bad. No, I am neither true self nor false self, pure self. I am, or only self. No, neither true nor false. Self is never true or false. No? What it experiences, it can report to be true or false. No? This is just a context in which we are using these words, no, to highlight the attachment we have for previous knowledge about ourselves, no, which is carried in some way, no, and we don't notice that it get mixed up with us so in a such subtle way, no. And this I am, this pure I am that you are, what is the taste of it? How does it feel? Is it free? Is it bound? How it is? Would you like to taste and report?
Gee, can I report now? Gee, it is feeling, it is differently feeling now. Uh, Not like, yeah, this is me. It is not like this. It is like more open, more like, not like aloof, or not like contented with things.
Not like aloof or not like
Or
mixed
like a mixed,
mixed with
yes,
things.
yes, yes.
Say more.
And it is very different actually. I'm laughing because I'm not able to define. So I'm laughing. But it is not feeling like other than me. It is something, it is not now strange to me. It is powerful yet very calm.
Yes. There is a particular word for it. Today I was discussing, like we were having some sharing, me and Madhvi. There is a particular word for it that is Vishram. Vishram can be called, maybe translated as relax, can be translated as rest, and also it can be translated as peaceful. You know, peaceful is not sleeping. Peaceful is not like trying to catch up the strength because we have done a lot of work and we are tired. You know, it is beyond tiredness and rest. You know, it is beyond the sense of restlessness and relax. And this is what we are. I am. You know, this is that I am the truth that we are. No? It contains all. You know, it contains all actually, and it is in everything, and yet free from everything. It doesn't have any location. This I am, this truth, does not have a location. It doesn't have a particular form or a quality which defines it more than others. It doesn't have a certain state which defines it better than others, as Uma you have understood now. I think it's very, very good. Thank you. It's a very good beginning of this meeting.
Yes, it is very good. Before I was having heaviness in the head. I was that time. Now I am containing this also, this heaviness, this head, everything. Yet I am in Vishram.
Yes. So coming home to who we are is actually much more like Vishram than like achievement of anything. You know, because when we are in our natural state, we are in relax. We are in not doing anything state, isn't it? Like it is little bit similar to when we come home to the physical home after doing lot of traveling or even lot of picnic or holidays. No, we enjoyed them, but yet somehow we feel so peaceful when we enter our home, physical house, isn't it? Because here we can allow ourselves to be fully naked, no pretension. You know what I mean? In our natural state, we have no need to pretend uh, as anything. So this is that Vishram, natural state. No? You are not going anywhere. You are not coming anywhere. You are not trying to become anything. You are not trying to unbecome anything. You are not trying to mix with anything. You are not trying to separate yourself from anything. You know. Once we come to this pure state of our being, relaxed, no, in this Vishram, the need to detach, need for detachment from energies and everything falls away somehow because it's not necessary anymore for us to live who we are. No? However, in the beginning, detachment is a very important part of the process. Here, when we are living in this Vishram, we feel so nourished somehow, so fulfilled somehow, like as if we needed this kind of rest in a way. It's a very special, Vishram is a very special kind of rest. No? It's not a rest of energies, you know. It's not a rest of the soul that we are also, because soul doesn't need rest. But yet it is something which soul needs. No? That is staying in our true state. And whenever we are able to stay here, and after some time when we open our eyes, no, it is like as if some heavy rain happened during this time. All the pollution, fallen away. All the all the trees, all the nature, everything has been washed during this time, and everything becoming is so clean, and the air is so fresh, and our eyes are so simple and clear. Like the fragrance of truth, the fragrance of source is felt in what we are experiencing also. You know, where was that dust? Where was that pollution which we were experiencing in the body, in the mind, in the thoughts, in the feelings? As if it was in the soul itself. When the soul is staying in its true state, the rain of grace happening and washing everything away. You know? That's why this is one of the most fruitful, one of the most fundamental practice or approach, towards coming to home, to the pure blissfulness of who we are, that we stay in the purity of our being. We don't get an answer here of who we are, but there are no questions here. There is a complete fulfillment. You What we are going to feel after getting answer of even of our most fundamental question, that is what we are feeling right now. That fulfillment, that completion. That's why it is called beyond mind. You know, mind in this case we can define as question and answers. No? Knowledge also, mind can be defined as knowledge also. This is beyond knowledge, our existence, truth, who we are. Uma, this is real intimacy with ourselves. The intimacy that you were reporting about the energies present inside, that was just not seen by you before. And that's why you were maybe, now it was seen by you now more comfortably and simply. And it feels like, all right, this is how things are. Here I would like to invite you, Uma, and everyone, about something which can help so much in being free from these different layers, in the direction of, coming to ourselves. That is we have a sense that everything that is inside me, is happening in my space. This is the sense we have, that it is happening in my space. Space, true, because everything needs space to happen. But the self that we are, the pure self, that being that we are, pure I am that we are, does not need to have a relation with the space as my space. And as soon as that relation is not there, even for a moment right now, the space is there, things are there in the space, different layers, different, of our existence in this. But now, whatever will be revealed, even tomorrow, Uma, something even more intimate will be revealed inside, will be intimate to the space, not to you. Because you are not intimate with the space anymore. Intimate being my space. No? So my is the intimacy with the space in which everything is happening inside us. But this cannot be transcended by force. It can be transcended by clarity only, by clearly living the truth of my, and also more importantly, clearly living the truth of who we are, I am, and not rejecting the truth of space. There is a truth of space, right now. So, right now, I am, the truth that we are, I am, which is more of a being who is knowing things, who is witnessing things. No, we are a witnessing being, finding that there is a sense of space in which things are happening. And there is a sense of intimacy also. It's like a sense of my-ness towards the space also. But now this being does not have a attachment to this sense of my anymore, because it is attached to itself more now. It is more identified with itself, its own existence. No? So now the my-ness is allowed, which is like a thread to pull the energy or life from the pure self, pure being, source. The space is allowed, which is on the other end of my space. And everything in the space is also allowed and nourished. And at the right time, they will be balanced. Non-essential will be removed also. This is that complete picture of the self in the body. No? This is that complete picture, of the self in the body. Here we have access to non-dual and dualistic point of view both. And slowly we will be able to have both at the same time, even sometime. No? Both views at the same time. But at least we have clear access to both views now. But remember, views, only views, point of view only, no? Which produces a different experience of life. No? It is very, very good. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank-
Very, very good. Nishant, you want to talk?
Namaste, beloved. I would like to explore sleep, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Meaning, can say more so that we can be more specific and you know.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. The reason why I brought it up now, I felt it has some overlap with what the talk you had with Uma right now. So I had several days where my sleep has been disturbed at night because of some body pain and things like that. Yeah. So I've been feeling sleep in satsang also. Yeah. So it is very interesting because I recognize that the physical body needs a mechanism to rest, but let's say the soul does not need rest, but somehow it needs to participate in some way for the whole mechanism to happen. So I thought it'll be
It's a very
interesting to,
interesting topic.
yeah.
Like these things are much more real, really. You know, for me at least. You know, like where we can actually meet truth of the body and the soul and sleep, for example, also in this case. You know, it's very nice, very interesting for me. Would you like to say anything else or
And no, that's all I had to say.
no? Actually, the answer to this is very, very simple, but we will explore after that. No? So let me start with the answer, and then we try to understand or deeply know the answer ourselves also. The answer is that if we do not know ourselves separate from the waking state of this mechanism, how we would know ourselves separate from the sleep state of this mechanism? No? Isn't it? When we wake up in the morning, do we wake up or the mechanism wakes up? No? So this difference has to be known by us or not first. Because if we do not know, it means we are mixed with it. Our experience is that I am waking up. I need coffee, chai. I woke up, isn't it? And if we are feeling like this, then are we also not going to feel that I am feeling sleepy? I need chai or coffee, isn't it? That's kind of justifiable, no? Or not? Please tell me first.
Actually, the last part you said I did not understand.
Which part?
The last part. So you said that when we wake up, we have to identify that
No,
we
we
have
wake
both.
up, then we feel, no, that I'm awake, isn't it? We don't say that I am and mechanism is waking up. We don't say that, no? And in the similar way, when we feel sleep, we don't say that I am and mechanism is feeling sleepy. So is it not the same thing? Can you accept it right now? Is it fine for you to accept this analogy?
Yes, it is the same thing. Yes.
So rather than trying to transcend the sleep, can we try to transcend the wakeful state? Because in the wakeful state, somehow, as if we have less things, less struggles to face, less entanglements, less attachments or bondages, isn't it? Wakeful state, you can say, is like conscious state, like we are more conscious. Sleep state is we are less conscious or we are more on the unconscious side. No, on the unconscious side, it seems like we don't have sort of a control on things in a way, or at least we don't know yet what to do, isn't it? And it has been said by great beings so many times for in the past so many years that the wakeful state is the best state to discover who we are. No? So right now, when you are wakeful, right now or not, or are you feeling sleepy?
No, wakeful.
So this is where we have a chance to know ourselves separate from feeling wakeful. No? For that, two things are necessary. One, to very clearly live the body and consciousness, which is feeling wakeful, no? Which is feeling awake, and without interfering in it, like without trying to intensify it, like feeling more wakeful or no, without touching it at all. And another thing is that we experience ourselves. By the way, this can be done through the same thing which we lived, the fundamental truth that we lived, during the talk with Mila also, Uma also. No? So come to the same thing. Like say that I am awake. Say to yourself that I am awake. And live the truth of I am and awake both. Don't reject any part of the truth of this moment. Like in one go, not in parts, right now. I am awake is like one truth. It is true, we will say that yes, it is true, I am awake. So only live this whole truth as one truth, that I am awake. Not I am separate right now, okay? Or if any one of you is feeling sleepy, then live this truth that I am sleepy. Like consciously experiencing this truth of this moment, that I am awake or I am asleep. Sleepy, not asleep, but sleepy, feeling sleepy. And don't go in the details of awake part, because awake part has details that are experienced. So don't focus on the things which are experienced in the wakeful state, Nishant. Only focus on the wakeful state, wakefulness only. And it is not easy to do it. For that, meaning it is not easy to separate the container and the content here. Here the wakefulness is the container. Everything that we experience in the wakeful state is the content in it. So it is not easy to separate the container from the content. For that, separate yourself from the wakeful state. How? Rather than now saying that I am wakeful, stop at I am and yet let the wakefulness remain in you. So that it becomes clear to you that I am experiencing wakefulness. The difference is there. I am not wakeful, I am experiencing wakefulness. Here, there will be an experience of sort of a pendulum experience in a way. The pendulum of your focus will move towards wakefulness. Then the wakefulness will become much more strong experience, and the experience of I am will become less, like diluted. And then the pendulum will move towards the I am, the focus will move towards I am, and then the clarity about the experience of our existence will become more, while the experience of wakeful state will become less. And it will get adjusted slowly. Allow it to get adjusted. But even a glimpse of it that I am separate from wakeful state is so very fundamental and so very rewarding. Because somehow then we become separate from everything that is happening in the waking state, in the whole day, as a whole, not in parts. While those things continue happening in our life and we continue taking care of the necessary parts of our life. This is the way to experience that unchanging aspect of ourselves. No? This is the way to experience the unchanging aspect of ourselves. But this is more mm, kind of a traditional way that I have I know, which we used to, which was practiced, in the ancient times, and this test will continue. This vigilance must be there now, because I am wakeful will become your experience oftentimes. The separateness between the difference, the distance between I am and wakefulness will be lost few times here. And again, it will be experienced for few, glimpses of that will happen, that, aha, wakeful is separate, I am separate. No? So remain vigilant, like hold on to this clarity of the exercise that we are doing. Do not lose sight, don't lose the focus of the exercise that we are doing. Because this is one of the most fundamental practice possible to wake up to who we are. Beyond wakeful state and beyond sleep state. Because that which is beyond sleep is also beyond wakeful state. And it is present right now. And this is what we are fundamentally. So please report anything if you want to. Yeah.
My feeling is that, beloved, I could experience it. Let's say experience it the way you described it. Yeah. So there was consciousness within which everything perceived happened. That was a container. Yeah. Now there was a stillness of myself which was separate from it. And as you mentioned, there was a pendulum that was happening. Yeah. But for somehow I was not going to a point where getting entangled within the content of consciousness. It was between consciousness and myself. Yeah.
How nice.
Yeah. And I felt that there is a balance that could be happened. The pendulum at some point can stop also. No. I felt that sort of equilibrium did happen. Somehow I got reminded of, I did some focus exercises a few years back. I think that has helped quite a bit over here itself. You had given some focus exercises many years back. So that somehow seems to be helping in maintaining that equilibrium here.
Oh, how amazing. How amazing is this?
Yes. So yeah, so far so good, beloved.
Very, very good. It's very, very good.
Yeah. So now, when you're gonna say something more? Please go ahead.
I just wanted to say something about importance of training our focus. No? Training our focus looks like training the focus of the mind, for attention. No, it's not. It's about training ourselves in a way, like learning how to focus or keep our focus on things and move our focus from one thing to another. Then keep it on it as long as we want, or withdraw from it as and when we want, So it is immensely valuable learning to train ourself, like learning to focus. It is very useful in the practical life, by the way, but it is so much more useful in the inward direction. And this is where it is revealed also that what you are talking about, the equilibrium, where somehow focus is there on the consciousness, the container in which the experience of wakeful state happening, body and senses and the brain and everything. And the focus is also on the self that I am, you know. So this focus is the most amazing thing that we have, the most amazing power that we have. And if we can learn, that's like if we can make ourselves more trained in a way, like we are more right now in the hands of focus. Focus decides in a way, But if we can somehow take back that power in our hands of the self that we are, slowly it is achieved. So I wanted to highlight that it is so important, and thank you that you remembered the training.
This is a very pleasant space, beloved. This balance,
It is.
Yeah, I feel we can stay in this for a long time.
Experience of the individual or the individuality, is found here, is noticed by us here. Experience of our stillness is discovered here also. Like it is that openness of truth in which the dualistic experience is happening and being lived by us, while the non-dual truth is not hidden anywhere. It's also wide open and completely available. But oftentimes, Nishant, just a pointer, a note for your side pocket, that oftentimes we may come back to the state or the experience of the individual self while trying to hold on to or still trying to continue experiencing the non-dual experience. And that's not going to happen. In this openness, both are present. And the moment we choose any of them, then the other becomes the other. Try to see the difference. And the moment the other is the other, Not that it is other in reality. Now it is other in our experience. Because our experience and the reality are not one anymore. We have as if broken out of the reality in a way, into our isolated experience of the same reality. No? So just remain alert about it. This is the region that we wish to experience the true self always, and we are not able to. because we are the individual self that time. So this is a very powerful place where you are and what you are reporting. Because the individual self experience is not there all the time. Although most of us are living in it all the time. No? But it is created. A experience is always created, maintained also. Created means created and recreated. So the experience of the individual self is being created inside us and being recreated continuously because of the conditioning of the body, mind, and our interest in it. No? And we make the same mistake of trying to create and recreate the experience of the self also, which is not necessary. It is more than enough to know clearly the experience of the individual self being created and being recreated continuously. And who knows it is the self that we are. I think it's amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved.
Uh, Zoe, you want to talk?
Namaste, Chi.
Namaste.
I feel right now it's not only the heart is open, also the belly inside is very much active, like listening to you. It's also like breathing from the belly like this.
Oh. Can you say more about it in the sense that why it feels important and it feels kind of something very nice, but I would like to hear from you that why you finding it so important that you want to mention about your belly, not just your heart, no? Is your belly not just the body, or is it something deeper than the body?
I feel now it's very much concrete that it's not only the body.
Ah. It's very interesting. I will not go in details of these things, no? But it is very interesting to notice in this context when we are trying to know the wakeful state, separate from us or ourselves separate from it, no? That our body also is seen by us as something very, very like a stone or something, no? However, it has so many things in it, no? And because we are so less present as ourselves, or almost not present as ourselves, we don't have that space or stability or stillness that we can accept or allow the whole of the body or all the layers of the body in one go, because we are holding on to one of the layers of the within the body or bodies while looking at the rest of the body, you know. But here, what you are saying is something very different. That the whole of my body and bodies, all the layers are allowed to be the way they are, and they are breathing. They are allowed to be part of my experience in this moment. No, I'm reading it like this, and it's so amazing. Like you are not rejecting anything of your body anymore while living yourself, like while your heart is open. No, it's so powerful. It's so like it takes a lot of stillness in the being. No?
I feel it's so new to me. It's still also checking like what is happening inside. But while I'm checking, I also like observing that not only the heart, but in the belly, that it's more like in one channel. It's more connected also.
Oh yes, yes. All these things are connected. The sleep state, the dream state, the waking state, no? All these things are also connected in some way, no? To the belly also, no? If somebody is working on the waking state, like trying to know themselves separate from the waking state, dream state, sleep state, and they feel that my belly is still like a same like a stone, I don't know then why they are saying like this. No? So they are connected. These things are connected. And that's why we should not approach these things, this is my understanding, that we should not approach these things directly. We should come to ourselves first, to the truth of who we are. No? Because otherwise these things are so powerful that we may get mixed up with them and be lost in them for quite a long time. No? The self cannot be lost in them because self knows itself separate from them. Self knows that they are contained within me. They are happening in me. But when we are not living as the self, we are living as something which we take ourselves to be based on the state in which we are. That state is the level or mix of 2 3 layers of this existence in the body, together, mixed together, and we take it as okay, this is what I am, and based on that, there will be something which are outer to us. There are something which are deeper than us. No, is there anything deeper inside us than us? Actually, no. Nothing is deeper than us, deeper than the true self that we are. No? Meaning this language of deeper and outer does not apply to the self that we are. No? But we are positioned within the what I call kosh, within the layers. We are positioned somewhere in between. That's why there is something deeper, something outer. No? Like physical body looks outer, the practical mind looks outer, the deeper mind looks deeper. No? Like this. So I think it's very good. Be very simple about it and approach fundamentally, not going in details of these things. Otherwise, we will be lost for a long time.
Yes, Ji.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, knowing the truth of thinking or thinking mind is not a bad thing, no? But it is not going to be fruitful to know the truth of thinking mind while we are in the thinking mind. No, while we are compulsively caught up in the thinking mind. That time this is not a good idea. When we have a distance from the thinking mind, when we are not caught up in it, like when we know that I am able to slip out of the thinking mind whenever I want to. In my true state of being in the Vishram. Then we will not anyway need to know by effort that what is thinking mind. We start knowing it already. This is the power of our true place of being, true state of being. Thank you. I think it's very, very good.
Thank you so much, Ji. Now it's very much clear.
Yes, yes. Because our starting point is very important in the direction of wherever, like whatever is our experience, it's very important that from where we are experiencing it, or reporting more importantly. So it's good, it's good. Madhavi, you want to say something?
Yeah, namaste. Am I audible?
Yes.
My question is on the Vishram, which you were talking, the Vishram stage, and also to the I am stage. So it's a sharing, maybe I'm wrong. I noticed that this I am, I feel it in layers. I like there are 3 layers of this I am in me. When I'm doing my daily life activities, that time my I am becomes the body, because I am, this body is mine only. Your body, I cannot claim it's my body. Like we had this talk in the previous satsang also.
True.
So I feel this I am as my body. And when I am doing some mental work, like I'm a teacher, so I teach, that time I feel that I am is my mind. And when I am in this Vishram stage, like doing nothing, that time there is a different I am. But the feeling of myself, or that I am, I would say, rather than myself, is experienced at all these levels. So sometimes I feel confusion, and then there are philosophical talks happening in my mind only, that no, this body it dies, so I am not this body. This mind also, the thoughts go away, so I am not this thought, I am not the mind, and the self watches. But all these talks are more philosophical for me. Like I cannot experience that core fundamental I am, that envelopes of so many layers of I am are there on me, that to go to that zero level where nothing is there, like we've always talked of that peeling of onion and nothing comes. So that is very rare. Like living in this practical life, that nothingness is not felt. It's more involvement all the time. So can you please help me for that nothingness, or
Meaning,
maybe involvement, or how to have this nothingness in daily life? I don't know what to frame, but I just told you my
I
problem.
just want to clarify a little bit first that what is the region that you want to experience nothingness in your daily life? What is the region
Uh,
like?
the reason is more of the Vishram thought. That Vishram, what you said, phew, that at last feeling comes. Because ultimately that daily life is so engaging, one after the other, that phew, that at last feeling uh, comes very rare.
And you want to experience that feeling more often in the day.
Yeah, I think so.
This is
Yes.
what you are
Yeah.
saying.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So the thing is that it's not that there are many I am inside us. It is not true. But also what you are saying is very practical and a realistic report. No? And I love this kind of report, no, where we are just very straightforward about it. No? So I like this approach and this, and the language that you are using, very straightforward. No? And I will try my best to be also simple in the response in terms of language. When you are not in the Vishram, in the peaceful or true state of I am, which you say rarely happens in the day, like when you feel like, like not doing anything. When you are doing things, no, in the daily life, because one thing or the other keep coming. During that time also you are the same truth, but not resting, and that's why not experiencing that Vishram, no? Yes or no?
Yes, very true, very true.
So here you are experiencing yourself in two states, although you are the same being, same I am experiencing itself in two states. One is the active state, one is the inactive state. Yes, correct.
Yes, correct.
And that inactive state is experienced in meditation. No?
Yes.
And what you are saying is that what I experience in the inactive state or in the core meditation when I am not doing anything, I want to continue experiencing that in the whole day.
Yes, very true.
And I also don't want to stop the flow of my day because it is also important in one way or the other, if not for me, for my loved ones or anyone else. No? Yes? Yes?
Yes, yes, very true.
So what has to happen here is that either, like there are two solutions for this problem because it is a fundamental uh, desire or demand in the soul, not just now. It is for thousands of years. This is what is demanded. You know, this is one of the most fundamental desire in the soul. So we as a human, collective human consciousness, we have come up with two solutions for it. One is core meditation. No, in this core meditation, if more of you can withdraw yourself from the active state, meaning involvement with what you were doing before sitting in core meditation, you will be able to more deeply experience yourself, and that experience of yourself will somehow stay when you will be in the active state. Little bit, not so much, but little bit in the beginning. And then little bit will grow more in a way. Why? Because what we are in the inactive state, we are in the active state. Our truth does not change. Only our experience changes. Experience being the experience of energies within which we play or we work with or we are present. No? So during the core meditation, when we are able to sit quietly and not doing anything, time comes when we are able to cross the level of energies or level of experiencing into the truth of who we are, where we start experiencing the truth of who we are rather than the truth of energies or state of energies. And that is where that experience of who we are will remain even when we will be active, in the day, Madhavi. So this is one approach. Meditation, core meditation, invites us to be inactive, but it doesn't give a message to us that we should remain inactive for rest of the day. It doesn't say that. Rather, it empowers our activity or involvement with the activity for rest of the day, actually. The more we can be in this Vishram, the more healthy in a way we have become as a soul, as a central doer or something which involves with the practical life. No? And there comes a time when we can cross that level of Vishram into the truth of who we are also, through the same core meditation. Okay, so is this part clear to you?
Yes, but my doubt is that if I am having this core meditation silence with me during my daily activities also, uh, won't that be non-dual? I mean, won't that be duality? I mean, I'm not total in whatever I'm doing.
As I will explain to you the next thing, next option, and that
Okay,
will be covered. Your question or doubt will be covered in it.
please.
So, one thing, and these two approaches are not really two, they complement each other and they must be practiced, in my understanding, they must be practiced together, not one at a time. One or the other. So, the one approach is meditation, core meditation. Every day, some time in the day, sitting in ourselves, no? While not doing anything truly, like as truly as we can, like okay, but also making sure that we don't go to sleep, because during this time it's very highly possible that we will go to that state which we know as sleep, or body and mind knows as sleep, no? Because we are not doing anything that time, and we are not used to of being without doing anything. So it takes time for us to develop that understanding that I can be without doing anything. I can stay without doing anything. So that takes some time. Then we will remain without doing anything. That which remains is that I am, no, truth. So this is one part. Another part is that now, the more deeply we have rested in this, the more deeply we have rejuvenated. Like there is a rejuvenation happens. Like we get rejuvenated. Like the soul has been feeling tired after this long journey. No? And soul feels very refreshed somehow, rejuvenated after this Vishram in this core meditation also. No? So, when the soul is doing some activity now in the day, as you will do, you will be able to be more present there than before. You will be able to be more total in what you are doing than before. Okay?
Ji, ji.
And this being more total in what you are doing and being more present in with what you are doing is the other part of core meditation. They complement each other. If core meditation does not enable us to be more present in what we are doing in the whole day of waking state, then that is not working well, or it has not been understood well. No? Because core meditation is not an escape from life. It is rejuvenation, it is Vishram, no? And it is a door to know who we are, no? Beyond the Vishram. No?
Yes.
So, the whole day's activities will become more, in a way, joyful, more energetic, in a way. Like we are more present in what we are doing now. We are more involved in what, because, why? This is a very important part to understand, Madhvi. What is happening here is that we are not really becoming free from ourselves, who we are beyond the sense of rest that we feel in the core meditation. No, we are becoming from something called false self state. That false self state neither let us rest in the core meditation, and this is where we try to go beyond it, nor it doesn't let us be total in what we do in the day. No. So this is, Madhvi, another approach. So we can catch the fundamental of life in one of the two approaches. One is not doing anything. Another is doing something with more totality, more involvement, and more presence. No? And I feel that we should use both the ends so that we don't have any possibility of missing the truth in this life. No? Because both are complementing each other anyway. Somebody who start being more total in what they do, they start becoming, in one sense, meditative. Like they start coming in the Vishram. Their energies start coming in Vishram, in deep relax. They start feeling rejuvenated somehow. No? So, is this clear? Any doubt, please ask.
Yes, yes. Somehow I can relate to what you just said. That totality is the key, whether in the meditation or whether in daily life. Yeah. So that I can feel this I am. But again, my question is why this I am is at 3 levels? Why? Like
Hmm.
why if I am is only one,
Now let
then
us
why?
come to that. Okay.
Yeah.
But please say anything more that you wanted to say.
No, it's I already said like I know this body is mine. I know this body is going to die. I know the thoughts that I am using in my life are mine because I am picking up those thoughts to live this life. My mind is using those thoughts to live that life, this
Yes.
life of mine. Because
Uh,
in this life, I am Madhvi
yes.
right now.
True.
So as Madhvi, I experience the people around me, I experience the things around me, the beautiful sceneries, everything is coming to me via this body only.
True. True. So
Then
true.
why should I discard this body? Like it is going to be discarded anyhow when I am no more. But why don't, why this body is not I am? If this body, I don't know. Maybe you got what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Like I feel I am this body. I feel I am the thought. I feel I am something beyond it, and I feel I am everything. That is what I feel.
Yes.
And so I put myself in everything. If I'm exercising, yes, body level, full level. If I'm thinking, okay, I put in my full self. That yes, I have to think and I have to get through this.
Yes.
And when I'm relaxing also, I'm like, yes, I am that also. So I have to put everything. But sometimes some talks are very confusing. I feel that, hey, if I'm not this body, then why should I put so much effort to get well?
True. Also, it is true. Makes sense totally. No?
So I just need some clarity on this.
The clarity lies in very simple things actually. The fundamental clarity, the root of fundamental clarity is very in very simple things, but very basic things, fundamental things. No, the thing is that we are living in this I am that you are is living in a state called mind state. Okay, meaning the source of your knowledge about everything is not your own direct knowledge of truth and experience of truth. It is more something like a accumulated knowledge. That is what we call mind. Okay. So from that mind state, some may say that I am the body. Some may say that I am not the body. No. You are saying that I am the body and I am not the body at the same time. No. And yet
Yes.
somehow you have something left in your mind which is more like a unverified knowledge from the past, like a understanding received from somewhere, not verified or not confirmed by yourself yet. No, but somehow when somebody says something like this and we believe that understanding, we also believe that I have understood it well, and mostly we have not actually. Meaning that the source was right, what was shared was a pointing to the truth, but still it is not serving that purpose, no? Because it has been misunderstood, and yet we believe that it has been understood. You know. So knowing that I am not the body is an antidote for the belief that I am the body. Okay.
Mm, mm.
Knowing that I am not my thoughts and my mind is the antidote for the identification with the mind that I am the mind. So it is like one thorn being used to remove another thorn. Okay.
Okay.
So I am not the body is a thorn being used to remove the thorn that I am the body, the attachment that I am the body, the blind attachment, identification that I am the body. And once the thorn that I am the body is removed by the thorn that I am not the body, we should throw the thorn I am not the body also now, no?
Yes.
So that we can live the truth now. So that we can live the truth of I am, so that we can live the truth of the body, and so that we can live the truth of I am when living in the body, doing the activity of the body, as you reported very correctly. Very pure. This is a very pure report, Madhvi. I'm very happy with the simplicity and the depth of your experience of truth, of who you are in the body. No? Like this is that innocent report. You know, we are not where you are not sleeping and where you are not believing also. No? It's amazing, no? And there is some part of what you are reporting right now being known by you at the mind level. That's why when somebody else says something else about that same thing in the mind level, the doubt may come. No? But Madhvi, the same thing can be known by you at a deeper level beyond the mind, where doubts don't come. No?
Yes.
And the
Yes.
method is very simple. Be more present in what you are doing in the whole day. Be more total in what you are doing in the whole day, what you choose to do, and be more total in not doing anything in the core meditation when you are not doing anything. This is the method. No? This is the method to be free from falsity. No, that falsity is called mind or ego. We are not false. Our knowledge about everything is false only. But the thing that we know is also not false. Body is not false, Madhvi. And we are not false. So neither the I am is false, nor the body is false. It's just our knowledge about the body and about ourselves is false. That is called mind. You know? That's why I have shared many times that if we can focus on our body and breath, we can so quickly come to the truth of who we are. Because body and breath is very, very real. It is not going to be permanent, Madhvi, as you said correctly, but it is real right now. Have we lived the fullness of the body, the the beauty of the body and breath yet? We have not actually. And more importantly, have we lived that beauty of who we are, the truth of who we are? Not mostly. No? So is this now clear?
Yes, thank you, thank you. Much, much, much clear. The clouds have dispersed. I can see the clear sky. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It is very obvious that we are going to listen others and try to understand, no? But we have to have sort of a central wisdom, what I call stability inside us, no? To see that how it is helping me, no? We should not start believing what is being shared. We should start looking at it, that how true it is for me and what can help me in knowing the truth of it, no? Like this. In Zen, they say that the gurus say to the disciple, the teacher says to the student that don't bite my finger. No? They say to the student. What it means is that I am pointing to the moon, moon being truth. Don't bite my finger, look at the moon. No, it is said like this. What it means is that sharings are trying to show you something, try to see that thing, rather than holding on to the things which have been spoken. No? So, in one sense, Madhvi, we are living in the talks about life. We are not living the life. We are living talks about ourselves, which happen in the mind. No? That's why there is importance of talks, and that's why teacher has to talk also, because we only understand one thing: talk. No? So, teacher also has to connect to us through that channel. No? But once we are able to understand that this talk is not to continue talking in the mind, but it is to go beyond it in the silence, in the Vishram, of our own existence. Then that talk has served its purpose. In this case, the previous talk happening in the mind and our engagement with the talk is the first thorn, and the talk which teacher is sharing is the second thorn. Use the second thorn to remove the first thorn, then throw the second thorn also, no? But use the thorn as long as necessary also, it's all right. No, not being in a hurry that, okay, I hear, I am, okay, yeah, now I know. Look, okay, I will not remember anything that you said now, Rajee. No, that's not necessary really in that way, no? So I think it's very good, thank you. Mila, you want to talk?
Yes, thank you so much. Rajee, I would like to ask you to explore together belly part. You touched it a little bit with the Zoe, but I would like to explore it more. What I mean that it's very strange for me to see that for example, when I start meditation or when I coming back to myself, it's look like everything falling into this belly part, into this center part. When I explore in my breathing, for example, I look or I explore the breathing part, I also feel that it's kind of start and starting part of the breathing come from this also belly part. And also when I feel that, how to say, kind of myself part coming into my body, I feel this flower in this blossoming, and it's also started from this point of belly. So it's very interesting. Can we explore this?
Again, I would not like to go in the details of it, but we can have a quick overview and as much as necessary or useful for us, no? In the direction of knowing who we are, or in the direction of living as who we are, I am, no? In the body. I feel there are two parts of our existence in the body, no? One which is above the center in the body, you know, above the center or called heart, above the belly, and above the center or the heart, and below the center or the heart. No? Below the center or the heart is that what we can call that constitutes the different parts or layers of our existence in this particular body. No? Beyond the heart is that region where the consciousness, you can say, or the conscious presence, conscious self that we are, is more easily knowable or present in a way. No? Like the more we go above the heart, the more somehow impersonal in a way or universal is present. No? So it is not a surprise that when you are living as the pure being I am and experiencing yourself as the self more as a universal, not a individual, and then coming back to the body, it feels like something is happening in the belly. No? Some connection is there in the belly. It is not a surprise really. And I feel it is a correct connection also, by the way, because most of us are not uh, breathing from the belly, for example. Most, and that's where we are so heavily caught up in the head. In this case, not the higher state of consciousness. In this case, more a imbalance in the body, of being in the body. No? Like when we are in the body, why we should only be thinking and not feeling the physicality of it and not feeling the breathing of it. No? Do you see my point? So in general, I feel this is a good report, meaning good understanding that you are being more holistic in a way. You are being more simple about it also. Like you are accepting whole of your body, not just the mind or thinking part of it. No? Because our physicality of the body is also as much part of the body as the mentality of it, the thinking of it, isn't it? The breathing is also as much part of the body as the physicality and the thinking, isn't it? But we are choosing, like we are selective about it because there are regions, you will know, no? Why we reject the physicality of the body or the breathing or some part, other part of it. Like some people, for example, don't um, accept the feelings part of being in the body because the feelings trouble us more. And some people try to reject the thinking part of being in the body. No? But it's one package. It's one package. It includes the decision making, intelligence, thinking, feeling, breathing, and physicality also. And all of this is so well woven and connected to each other. cannot be separated. For the practice, for a certain practice, maybe we can look at the physical body separately or breathing separately to gain something. But they cannot be actually separated. That's what Madhvi was reporting also in some way. That I don't feel that I'm separate from the body when I'm living in the body. I'm more thinking when I'm thinking. I'm more physical body when I'm doing something in the physical body. And that's a very, very accurate report as far as truth is concerned. And this is freedom. This is freedom. This is not bondage now. This is freedom. The bondage is that we feel that when I'm doing something physical, I feel I'm physical body and I don't want to feel that. This is bondage, that I don't want to feel that. From where that comes? What is the source of that knowledge? And that is unverified and rooted in the unconscious. Yes. Living the truth of ourselves while in the body, also living the truth of the body, cannot take away our truth. No. It only will enhance it. It will only going to make it multidimensionally beautiful and rich. No. But we need to be really rooted in truth of who we are for that. Not that we are rooted in one of the four coasts in the body, like either in the feeling level or in the thinking level, and believing that okay, I am. That is not going to work, obviously, because then the movement of energy in these courses is going to shake that self-knowledge, isn't it? No, we have to have the self-knowledge beyond all of it, and then enter in the body-mind, and so happily living the body-mind and doing everything. That's all right, and knowing that I am. The I am knowledge is only limited in the beginning when we isolate ourselves separate from the body, But once we start knowing the deeper reality of it or truth of it, it expands. What to say of the different layers of this body? It is going to include all the bodies of this universe one day, This I am is absolute truth. It is not going to stop at this particular body, Mila, only. It will include the whole universe one day. That everything is in myself and everything is myself. Meaning I am everything. I am basically ultimately saying that I am everything and I am nothing at the same time. If I am everything, then why I would not be the body in which I am pronouncing myself? You know what I mean? So in this way, Madhvi's report is very accurate. I hope that it covers in some way fundamentally, what you were saying. If not, please talk.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And can I check one more thing?
Yes.
Also, one part is very interesting to me to explore. It's about memory and the feelings. What I realized that memory always comes with a feeling, sadness, happiness, or etc. And in that case, I feel that I'm attached with this very strongly. And in the best understanding of mine, that would be very good if memory would be memory and feeling would be feeling. Then once memory would come, I would not attach with them because they will come and go. But because of this connection with the feelings, I'm sometimes a little bit caught up in this, and I want to be free from this. What can I do with this?
The fundamental approach is still same. Do core meditation more, meaning allow yourself to slip in the purity of your being more. More basically means what? Let's be clear about it. No? More basically means that we are still living in some mixed state. No. So like still there is something mixed with us and we are not able to detect that something is mixed with us. No? And that something which is mixed with us, is going to hook to that memory or that feeling which affects you now. No? For the pure being that we are, for the pure I am that we are, absolutely anything that is happening inside us is not different, less or more important. Memory is memory, its effect is its effect, but there is no one caught up in it. There is no one caught up in it. The being is always free. No? The self is always free. No? But it has to be known by us. No? And the best way is to be pure, to know purely who we are, meaning experientially, like experiencing who we are more clearly through core meditation. No? Then in the moment also something can be done, like when you are feeling like this, that time, if possible, try to remember who you are clearly, without dismissing the feeling, without removing the feeling. No? Then look at the feeling and its effect, like what this feeling is affecting. Is it affecting me directly? Meaning, any feeling can bother us only if it is able to change our nature. So just check that, does it change my nature? Does it change my truth? And you will find that no, it doesn't change my truth somehow, as if there was some kind of unconsciousness here, that it does change my nature. And that's why I had a rejection for it, or I was bothered by it in some way. No? So being present, the other thing which I told Madhvi, being present, be more present here. Like, don't be afraid. You are the self. If your interest is to live as the self, you can allow yourself to be completely present in anything inside you. And you will just wake up more clearly about who you are now. Because what is destroyed or removed or changed is the misunderstanding we have about ourselves, energetic, experiential, and belief-based. No? Who we are never changes, truly. Who we are truly never changes. It only shines more when we are more present in anything. So, are you able to connect to this also?
Yes, it is very clear now that that time especially when very, how to say, deep bad memory comes, I try to hide it. Yeah, and at that time I'm not able to see that it's not affecting me actually. Yeah, and now I could see my mistake. Thank you.
One thing that somehow I always feel inspired to bring to all of you is that if somehow we can start developing taste for truth, and if we can start understanding what truth means also, accordingly, truth is not some kind of thing somewhere. Truth is everything everywhere. No, you know what I mean? Truth is not something somewhere. It is everything everywhere. It is just about clearly seeing it. It's not about changing false from to truth. No. So seeing the truth of the feeling, seeing the truth of the attachment that is felt also. You know what I mean? Living the truth of I am, living the truth of the body. As I am very impressed in one sense by Madhvi's report, by the simplicity of it and by the truthfulness of it, experientially. So what it means to develop taste for truth basically means to somehow clearly see that our approach or our way of connecting to life has been belief based. We have been believing in things, and through that we are looking at everything. Now I want to more directly connect and look at life in a way. No? And slowly we will develop taste for who we are. Truly, which is not going away anywhere, ever. Who we are that all the time. It's just that we need to develop taste for truth. Not that we have to develop taste for truth of who we are only, and we reject the truth of everything else. This cannot happen, and this never happens. Initially, maybe yes. But fundamentally, when we are open for the truth of who we are also open for the truth of the feelings, truth of the so-called false self, and everything. Because we come to this Vishram, which is such contentment, such sense of completion, that our desires fall away, that seeking simply disappears. You know? Now we feel I want to challenge myself more through anything that I was afraid of before, maybe. Let me face it. We feel that strength. Let me face it. Okay, let me see, as you are saying also, Mila. No? So I think it's very, very good. Thank you. Manu, you wrote that your mic is not working. So you're writing that, may you please share Song of the Heart. You are saying like this. My heart is saying like this right now, that the more we move or run, unsystematically in a restless manner, the more problems we are going to find, in life. The more somehow we learn to be stable and see and somehow understand the discipline or the way of the core meditation. No? So many of the problems that we were facing are not there anymore. Like this example, like actually it happened yesterday, that heavy rain happened here. No? And somehow the pollution level, actual pollution level in the air is less recorded, like in the record. The trees and everything is so much more green and clean, and we all are feeling kind of happy somehow. And this has some kind of very fundamental insight which I am trying to communicate to all of you, that the life is not so bad as it appears to us. It might be having many challenges, and they might be like there will be a need to fix them in as and when necessary, collectively or individually. And that work will continue. But most of the sense of suffering that we experience or disturbance that we experience in relation to life is more like a dust in our eyes, in the eyes of the soul, and there a cleaning is possible through core meditation. Core meditation is not really to achieve anything. It is to just remain in that Vishram, like allowing ourselves to take a bath into our own existence, so that the eyes of the consciousness, eyes of the individual self get cleaned. When we look at life through the eyes of this individual self, body, mind, all the four layers of the body, mind, and the consciousness. When we look at it, this is what is individual self, isn't it? When we look at life, it looks so much more green, so much more clean, so much less pollution and problem. No. So it is this individual self-consciousness which is feeling troubled in some way continuously. It is not troubled because of something. It is troubled, that's why it is seeing trouble everywhere. No? If it can become peaceful by itself without, without being in a certain context or relation to something, like independently, if it can become peaceful and joyful, that is the Vishram, that is that relax or peacefulness possible through core meditation. And it was my experience also long time back when I started, meditation, that going in meditation, meaning relaxing in the non-doing, looks the most useless thing when we are caught up in the sense of trouble, And we always try to hang around the thoughts and solutions. We try to find the solutions for one, like from one to another. We just keep jumping from one to another to another to like maybe this will solve the problem. Maybe this will solve the problem. But if we can develop that wisdom that I can solve those problems, but why I should not be peaceful before that? Like why I have to choose that I will not, either I will not do anything in my life and just will be peaceful, or I will keep doing things in my life and will not be peaceful. No, there is a middle way where I can be peaceful, I can be in this Vishram, and I can try to solve the problems, if any. But then somehow, once we come to this Vishram, we are first of all joyful. We have a smile on our face, no? In one sense, no? And wherever we look, we see beauty much more than ugliness, or we see much more the abundance, the blessedness, than the sense of lack that something is missing. No? Like our attitude has become already very positive in a way, affirmative in a way. And that supports a lot in solving anything even also, if necessary, or whatever life flow invites us to face or to work with also. So this is what I wanted to say, that it is so difficult somehow to accept when we are caught up in the mind that core meditation is the solution. And I'm not saying that we should give up working on life or on our problems. No, we can do the two things at the same time, parallelly. But in experience, I found that the more we are succeeding in core meditation, the more somehow many things about which we complain, those complaints start falling away from our life. We are not escaping. We are just not overly complaining about anything now. We are more appropriate in complaining. When it is really necessary, we complain. Or we say that, hey, this is not okay. It should be fine. No? It should be corrected. But when otherwise we are like, it's fine. No? In one sense, suffering is like a irritated state of the soul, of the core individual consciousness. Isn't it? Like it is generally irritated in some way because of tiredness, because of being lost in the thoughts and feelings for so long and not able to enjoy itself. Experiencing is joy. That's why we call enjoy. Enjoy your life. Life experiencing is joy. Our nature is bliss. We can say enjoy. Joy is like within the flow of life, we get moments of or that while we experience the flow of life, it is like an opportunity or a medium through which we experience the bliss of our own being. No? It is a more mild, diluted version of the bliss. No? And yet, it is very exciting in a way. Like from one thing to another whole day. No? Like this happened, that happened. No? Like this. So life experience actually is joy. Why it feels like suffering then? This is the question we should ask. There is something fundamental we have missed along the way. That something is ourself, who we are. Let us sit in core meditation and let us come home in this way, where we don't have to escape from life or kind of renounce life after that. No, why? Let us return to the flow of life as ourselves more now and experience the joy now. No? But the experience of joy will not be coming from the flow of life. It will be coming from our own bliss. No? Like the fragrance of our own bliss. It is as if you are taking salt and pepper from home, wherever you go, and you put your own salt and pepper as you like, and then you eat the food. No? So what we call joy basically is that salt and pepper that we bring to the table always ourselves. It is not provided by the company, by the restaurant. You know what I mean? And it is really a beautiful part. Like it's a very essential somehow part of how life is experiencing. But it feels like as if we get disconnected from our own bliss so much that we almost forget that I have this bliss in my own essential nature. And then we depend entirely for happiness on the events of life and the flow of life. And obviously that can never give us anything which we already don't have. You know. So if we have suffering inside ourselves, we will experience suffering through the flow of life. If we have bliss in ourselves, we will experience joy in the flow of life. No? This is again my direct experience really. It just I have to use some words to express it. But this is how it used to feel when I started meditating and slowly, gone deeper and succeeded in that. No? And this is so simple and direct, but somehow this whole thing has become so confusing that okay, what to do now? What to do now? Experiencing is experiencing, being is being. What we are experiencing is flow, change. Who we are is changeless. No? Why we need to condemn the changeful? The changeless never condemns the changeful, really. Why it would condemn the changeful? No? If the changeful inside us reminds us that I am changeful, then it is a case of identification and we can be free from it. It's a case of trying to rediscover who I am. No. It's not about trying to destroy the changeful. No. Then changeful is like a mirror. It doesn't make sense to destroy the mirror. No. Do you, Manu, feel that this is fine like this? Because as you know, when you invite me in this way, then I will be more direct and simple. No? So thank you for inviting and thank you for listening. But it is very nice day. Very nice talks are happening. Like something more concrete where I feel that we are really talking. No? Meaning communicating and exploring and living. No? So it will be nice if anyone want to talk to me. You are very welcome to talk for a few minutes. Then we end this meeting.
Namaste ji. is very, very beautiful satsang today, and so many things more clear and see also. So I just what I understood so far about what is the truth. So just I want to share my my understanding. I can say this way. Like things happen in life or day-to-day life, and when something is good happen, we don't care about it. Like it's happened, like, and something is like some bad thing happen, and it's not nice experience, can say. So we start like why it is happened. We start suffering that way, but we don't see the truth of both thing. This is both is a experience. It's a good thing or bad thing. So what is truth for me, like both is the situation. It is just happening. So I should not be like either this or that. Both is a situation. There is a good or bad. So that I feel it, and that
Yes,
way,
true,
if
yes, true.
we see the thing or live the life, then I feel like we will not suffer or like that I understood. So
It's very beautiful what you're saying. Like holding a more neutral uh, perspective, looking from a more still and broader perspective in a way. Like in the by the simple great saints, this kind of examples are given that there is a farmer who is praying that, oh Lord, let there be a lot of rain this week, and there is a potter who is praying that, oh Lord, there should be no rain this week because I have made many pots, no? Like this. Yes. As we are more simple and still, we see the truth of life. Beyond good and bad, you know, we see somehow that it all is there. It all is like it is included in the experience of life. you know. Yes, yes. And everything is seen by us first of all inside us, not outside. No, outside is the impulse of ego state. That everything important is outside. I should not look inside. No, that is the impulse of the ego state. No, that I should not look inside. That is where what we call diya tale andhera. No? That is where what we call the darkness under the lamp, which illuminates and which enables everything to be seen by us. No? So that darkness in this lamp, what is this lamp in this case? This lamp is the consciousness, the individual consciousness which looks at everything, but it never looks at itself, who I am. And once it starts looking at itself, who I am, that it finds that I'm more like I'm existing, not like so much going or coming or doing, not so much that I'm seeing certain things or rejecting seeing certain things. I'm not so much of an active seer. I'm more of a effortless seer, or more like a effortless awareness. Like it just being noticed by me, certain things. Slowly, it becomes clear to us. Then what is seen is much more real, and our seeing is much more neutral also. Not biased. It is not that things are not good or bad in life. In a certain perspective, in a certain context, they are. Relatively, things are. But there is some absolute truth of life also. No? But that cannot be seen by the mind. It can only be seen by the absolute truth that we are. Where we have enough space which is given for things to be as they are. And for that, beginning will be giving enough space for ourselves to be who we are and as we are right now. No? Generally, we are rejecting ourselves completely, mostly, a lot. Even when we are holding a position as I am or anything like this, which is more of a mental understanding only, not the reality of who we are. No? But as if we carry some kind of judgment towards it. And obviously we are going to reject everything else accordingly in relation to what is happening outside. It's not about rejecting or accepting, meaning it's not about rejecting. It's about seeing that it exists. Don't body exist also? Does not your body exist? It does, no? As I exist, so my body also. Maybe my body's nature is different, my body's time period or age is limited, and mine is not limited. No, maybe. You will know that, no, clearly yourself. But the body really is here right now, isn't it? Body is part of thisness, isness, isn't it? No, isness is applicable only to the self. Body is something, like, we have that kind of outlook. And then neither we are able to live the truth of the self, nor the truth of the body. Truth is one thing. If we live the truth of the self, we are bound to live the truth of the body also, sooner or later. No? It is not possible that I am living the truth of myself and I just don't want to live the truth of the body and I will never live the truth of the body. It's not an option. Living truth or false are the options. Not living truth selectively is the option. Living truth selectively is the false version of truth. No? Do you follow what I'm saying? So that's why a fundamental approach is needed for this, to get out of the selective outlook towards life. That selective outlook is mind state, to the true state of being, I am. Core meditation, satsang, interaction, working in this direction, exploring in direction, all of that is the way. It's very beautiful to hear this from you. Thank you.
And when we suffer and then we have a resistance and that kind of thing, that is, I feel that is the good time to see ourselves, like accept this reality, like, yeah, I am suffering now, I am resisting. So that is
Yes.
the really, I feel, better than good time. Because good time we are not aware, we have just lost it. So that I just
True.
because I gone through this, so this I feel that is a best opportunity that time we can accept this resistance or suffering.
Yes.
Then you also say sometimes we are not suffer, like suffering of the suffering is the that's why we are suffer
Yes.
more.
Oh,
So,
yes. The fear of suffering or rejection for suffering in many ways also. Suffering in this case will be the actual experience of pain or disturbance in the body, mind, energies, while we have a outlook towards it that no, it should not be like this. I am the self. I cannot have a disturbances now anymore. No. Then we try to unknowingly try to cover it up, suppress it, stop it, and freeze it. No. Yes. No, that's not the way. You are very, very right. Suffering is a indication. In the beginning, no, suffering is an alarm for waking up to who we are. No? Then, and once we start waking up, suffering becomes like a light which shows us the way back home. And when we are more close to home, then suffering becomes like a pure mirror. It shows us that, I am this and I am not this. No. What we are not, where that lives? No. Where that lives? It lives in our imagination only, no? It doesn't live anywhere else. It is not, the false self is not there anywhere in reality. False self is not in the body, in the mind, in the thoughts, in the feelings. It is in our imagination. That's why when we stop imagining about who we are and we start living who we are, the false self disappears. No? Do you know anything? It's just a joyful question. Do you know anything without being the false self? Do we know anything without being the false self? No. Because all the knowledge we have is as the false self only. So our knowledge as the false self, how true it will be, how reliable, and how much we should trust that knowledge. That's why when we are coming from the perspective and the state of the false self, it is found that the only true knowledge I have is I am. Absolutely no other knowledge is trustworthy. Only one knowledge is I am. This is true knowledge. Even in the middle of the state of false self, actually, this is true knowledge. Because this is not going to change. I think it's good, thank you. I have this feeling to share this in the end, and then we end this meeting now, that it is, after all, a language, concepts only, but I'm using it to point out something. No? Like we can form a question out of it, that do I want to stay as a true self, or do I want to remain as true self? Because do I want to stay as the true self? This stay looks like effort. No? It will need some guidance. It will need some instruction. No? Or do I want to remain as the true self? This somehow has sort of a freedom in it. Remain means like I don't have to do anything. No? And this can be understood somehow, deeply. This is that discipline of core meditation, just sitting, learning to remain, not trying to become. No? When we allow ourselves to remain, we allow ourselves to remain as the truth that we are. No? And certain patience is needed, and we need to persist in our decision here, no? Because our present state will invite us to the suffering and the apparent cause of suffering being inside body, mind, or outside. No? And we will try to solve that more than trying to know who we are. No? Somehow, if we can learn to remain without doing anything, we have started coming home. No? This is the core understanding of meditation. That's why I am calling it core meditation. Learning to remain without doing anything. And doing everything to understand this. Doing everything to succeed in this also. Doing in this case, trying to understand, trying to practice. Yeah. But otherwise, one way or the other, we try to become the true self. We again and again, try to stay as the true self also. That can be a very useful thought as an alarm or a reminder. But that cannot be the truth ultimately. No? It's a good practice maybe for some. But ultimately we have to remain as what we remain without doing anything. For just 2 minutes, in the end, let us remain as what we remain right now. Without trying to add anything to who we are, without trying to become anything, not even the true self. Not going deeper in any state of freedom, not trying to get out of the state called bondage, just remaining where we are, just remaining as we are, just remaining where we are as we are. And all that attachment we have for the mind, with the mind will come in play now. We will feel impulses to do this or that. We will feel I don't want to stay like this right now. We feel that ultimately we will feel sleepy. But if we can cross all of it, if we can persist a little bit, We think that truth or the true self is one of the things in the view. No, it is not. It is either all of it or it is none of it. You know, what we have, what we need is waking up, not holding on to something. We think that awakening is something I have to hold on to. No, some awakening is not something which is going to happen to the view or to anything in the view. It is something that happens to the seer of the view. So learn this. Let us live this simple truth and discipline of not doing anything and remaining, just remaining. Right now, no? Why our eyes close, which is a beautiful thing. Why our eyes close as soon as we decide to not do anything? Because opening our eyes or seeing through our eyes is a doing, isn't it? But there are other doings also, even when we close our eyes. Be aware of it and let go of it right now. Even when eyes are closed, we are still doing a lot. Let's identify it, notice it, and let go of it. And this remaining is very, very important message, most fundamental, and yet most simple. But in this, we have to really understand that what it is not. Because if we don't understand what it is not, we will not really succeed in understanding what it really is. Remaining as ourselves right now, not doing anything, also includes not experiencing or not continuing experiencing anything. Because we may feel that what I'm experiencing, I'm not doing anything about it. No, we are doing something about experiencing also. We cannot experience anything if we don't do anything about what we are experiencing. So there is something we are doing even about what we are experiencing. Be aware of it right now and let go of that also. To experience anything, we need to remain in a certain state of being. So our effort in this case, or our doing in this case, is remaining in that state. Let go of that also, so that we can come in our true state, beyond the experiencer. Let us combine this simple message to remain, no, to not to do anything, with the stillness also. Still in the sense that not moving anywhere from where we are, not moving left or right, in or out, not going deeper, not coming out of anything. So if there is an experience of going deeper happening, that is not for us. You can just ignore that. We can ignore all the experiences also. And slowly what happens is somehow we come to the true state of being through this simple discipline of not doing anything. We come to this way of the being. We learn the way of being who we are. Then we remain as who we are. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for joining.